Hello, is that Big Mike?
Yes.
It's Tim Rice calling you.
So, how are you doing? I'm thrilled to be able to talk to you. By the way, it's Big Mike. Cindy's my co-host in the morning.
Hi.
Cindy, hello.
Yes,
Hi.
hello.
Now, do we call you Sir Tim?
No, just call me Tim.
Thank you very
Tim.
much. I can't tell you what a thrill it is because I've been a fan since I was in college, and I saw Superstar on Broadway.
Yeah.
With Ben Vereen in the lead.
That was that was a long time ago, but well done. Thank you.
It was thrilling. Well, I'll tell you this, too. I was in Joseph. We had 27 performances here at Salt City Community Theater.
Wow. And
I played, get this now, Potiphar.
Wow. Well, fantastic. I can imagine you brilliantly in the role.
Potiphar had no lines. I just stood there and looked kind of mad. But
well, that's very important. Somebody who can look mad without any lines, very, very hard to find.
Tim Rice, let's talk about why you're in the area now. You're in Auburn at this point.
I am in Auburn. I'm here because we're doing a version of my show From Here to Eternity, which has played in the West End in London, but has never been to America before. So this is its American premiere up in Finger Lakes at the Merry-Go-Round Theater.
Yeah.
Opens up next week on Wednesday night.
That's correct. The first official night is the 29th of June, and we're doing 29, 30 performances over the next few weeks. So the last performance will be something like the end of July. So really, July is the month for it.
Yeah.
And the cast are fantastic. Everybody seems very enthusiastic. So it's a great pleasure to be here.
From Here to Eternity, let's just mention that it's based on the great novel and the Academy Award-winning movie.
Mm-hmm.
Very dramatic. And also, from what I hear, this is an adult... you might say it's not the family-friendly kind of show that you might want.
No, it is a fairly grown-up show, if you like to put it that way. It's a pretty brutal book, and it's a brilliant book, one of the great American novels of all time, in my opinion.
Mm-hmm.
And to set it to music, it's a serious musical. I mean, I hope there's a lot of laughs in it and some entertaining moments and some beautiful tunes by the English composer Stuart Brace. And I did the words, and my son Donald has done the book. And he's done a great job. So it's looking in good shape. But it is, if you're coming along expecting, a real, totally, how can I put it, relaxed, old-fashioned musical, it's not like that. It's more in the footsteps of Superstar and Evita, I think, in the fact that it's something which is making a serious point. Or two, but at the same time, I hope it's very entertaining. It's a show that will appeal to intelligent people, and I'm sure there are a lot of them in Auburn.
You've also worked with some of the best, composers. You're a lyricist.
Yes.
Now, how does this work now? Because you did The Lion King with Elton John?
Correct.
Wow.
Well, I was my main work on The Lion King was done on the film, actually, which I was signed up by Disney to the words for their next movie, which was then called, I think, King of the Jungle, which was a bit daft because there's no jungle. And it was very early days. There was barely a script. There was a couple of drawings. There was an outline, rough outline of a story. But I was there to do the words of the songs, if indeed there were going to be songs. And they said, who would you like to do the music? And I said, well, Elton John, but you won't get him. But they got him, and I was so excited. I mean, I knew Elton a bit, but I didn't know him that well. And of course, I knew his work. Every bar of it.
Yes.
But he was great. He came on board, and he and I, worked together very well. We've done a few other things since, and he's become a very good friend of mine. And of course, I remain a mega fan of the great man.
So, did you actually make up Hakuna Matata, or is that a real thing?
No, it's a real thing.
Oh, okay.
It was my decision because they wanted. We wrote a lot of songs for that section. We wanted a sort of happy-go-lucky song, and we had one called the Warthog Rhapsody. We had, I can't remember. I mean, there were several songs we wrote, some of which I thought were rather good. But the thing about working particularly in a film is the song really has to fit the story exactly and the characters, and the script writers, quite rightly, kept changing the emphasis of the story at times, and suddenly we'd find a song we'd written for a character didn't exist. I mean, the character had been written out or whatever. So it was about the fifth go, but Hakuna Matata was a phrase I looked up in a Swahili dictionary.
Oh, cool.
And it means literally no problems. And I thought, that's a good line. It means no worries for the rest of your days. I thought, that's a good line. And
it is.
It caught on.
Well, we're talking to Tim Rice, who is the great lyricist for some of the greatest things ever written.
Mm-hmm.
And he's
Well,
no, it's true.
Yes, absolutely. In Auburn at the Finger Lakes Musical Theater.
Yep.
And you're putting on From Here to Eternity, a show that you had a big part in writing, of course, and lyricist for that. From Here to Eternity opens up on Wednesday next week, and then it plays for a few weeks. And
yes, that is exactly right. It's at the Merry-Go-Round Theater in Auburn, and it's a very nice theater. We saw Oklahoma there the other night, and that was great.
Good.
Good.
So they're putting on some pretty good shows this season, and we're very happy to be one of them.
What do you think of Central New York? I mean, have you been here before?
I've been upstate New York, but not as far upstate as this. I've been to places like Westchester County over the Connecticut side.
That's not upstate.
That's upstate. Yeah, no, people in New York City think that's upstate.
Down the road, I agree. But I've never been to this part, and it is absolutely beautiful. I'm staggered by how beautiful it is. And we've been on Lake Skaneateles. We've been on.
Oh, sure.
We've driven around some lakes. It's been fantastic.
Look, you could pronounce Skaneateles. You're all right.
I've been practicing.
And if you want to move here, want to relocate, we'll build you a castle. I promise you.
Right. Well, I can understand why people come up here for holidays as well as live here. It's just beautiful.
Yeah.
You've worked with the best, so coming from you, that must be, you know what you're talking about.
Well, yeah, possibly. The thing about the theater business is nobody knows anything. It's very important to realize that.
What do you think about the current state? What do you think of, let's say, Hamilton?
Well, Hamilton, I thought, was fabulous. It's a really brilliant show. It's totally original, while yet remaining true to the traditions of musical theatre.
So you got seats, huh?
It took a bit of a while, but I did get seats, yeah. And I'd like to see it again. I don't know if that's possible, but I saw Color Purple last weekend, and it was a great show. So there's a lot of good stuff on Broadway at the moment. I think Broadway's in a better shape than London, frankly. London has got some great shows, but they're either very old, nothing wrong in that, they've been on for 30 years, or else they're all jukebox musicals. Whereas on Broadway, there's a lot of exciting new stuff. I'm very keen to see The Waitress. Hamilton, of course, is the leader of the pack. I mean, there's a lot of good stuff there.
Well, you know what started the whole thing? The revival of Broadway was The Lion King, in my opinion.
Well, that's still going, and I warmly recommend it to people, but it has been around for a long time.
Yeah, but, that really...
I think Broadway would have survived, but it was nice. It was certainly a big hit.
Well, you're the man. Tim Rice, thank you so much for calling in this morning and joining us.
Well, thank you, Cindy. Thank you, Mike. It was great. Okay.
Just one more quick question. Are you making any appearances where people can meet and greet you, or? Yeah,
well, we're going to the opening night, and I think there's a press thing. I think that, yes, I mean, there's a very, very nice lady called Patty Murphy who's organizing all the press, and I think there is a meet and greet, certainly, and I may be doing a couple of talks for local schools or something. I'm not sure, to be honest, but I just go where I'm told. They push me.
Don't we all?
Yeah, exactly.
There is a meet and greet that I gotta go out there and meet you, but you'll be there for the opening night, I'm sure.
Yeah, I'll be there. Yeah, there's a reception before and afterwards. So if you come to that, I'll see you.
That'd be great. A real honor to. Well, it's just an honor to talk to you, and I sincerely mean that.
Thank you for your interest.
Yeah, I can't tell you how excited I was and nervous to actually say hello to you. So.
It's true. He was.
Thank you so much.
Okay, all the best.
Tim
all
Rice,
the best to you
this morning.
And
Thank you. Okay.
Bye.
Bye. That's Tim Rice this morning. 102.1, Sunny 102.